Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time once again. It's time for that podcast heard, well, around a few places, by tens of listeners. It's time for the Department of Understanding Humans, the podcast. That's right, the podcast, featuring your ringmasters for the day, that stupendous, giggle-snorting gal, Friday herself, Rachel Wynn, and now her co-host actually has a name, that cranky clown you love to adore, Chris Meyer. And on with the show!
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah!
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the special recording of the Department of Understanding Humans, Game of Thrones edition. Peter Dinklage
found out he's a Targaryen. So,
where do you want to start? Okay,
well, let's just start with...
There's spoilers ahead.
Yeah, spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched it yet, let's just start off with little Lady Mormont is pissed. Now, she only had a few minutes of screen time, but my favorite character, Little Lady Mormont.
She is pretty amazing.
The badass 10-year-old that makes Chuck Norris cry, Little Lady Mormont.
Shit.
Is pissed that Jon bent the knee to Dany.
And she's like, you go away a king, we made you king, you come back, and what the heck, dude?
What are you now?
But I love the kid, the young lord, who stands up and he's like, my lady, we need horses and carriages and blah, blah, blah. And my lord and my queen. Sorry.
Yeah. But spoiler alert, kid bites it at the end.
Aw. Well.
That was the kid with the Daenerys dragon symbol at the end. Oh,
that was that kid?
That was him. That was Last Hearth. He was the Lord of Last Hearth.
I didn't know that was Last Hearth. Okay. We were wondering who that kid... I thought that was Lord Glover in their house, because they said, we wish you all the best, but we're gonna stay here.
Nope. That's Moat Cailin.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I'll have to go back and watch it. Yeah. But what I did notice, what we noticed firsthand, and then I just pulled it up on Nerdist, they did a thing on it too. The astrolabe, the rings on the astrolabe changed.
Now different. Yep.
They changed, and they hovered over a couple sections of them. So they highlighted in the buildings. They highlighted the Winterfell crypt.
Right. They started going through, like, now instead of just doing the buildings, they're going inside to see where the scenes are going to take place.
When they panned over King's Landing, you could see the map in the courtyard that she was having painted, which is really neat. They do the dragon-killing scorpion bolt and the dragon head, the skull of the dragon head. That's
and then the throne room.
And then the throne room. And so the new decorations on the astrolabe, on one side, it's a menacing dragon shooting fire. 2 dragons, I think. Yeah. And then on the other side, so it's 2 dragons, doing their thing. There's another one that has 3 dragons, one very large one, and then 3 small dragons, which was interesting. But the most interesting, if you paid attention to one of the other rings, it's the somebody holding a headless direwolf being dangled from a castle wall, and surrounded by, on one side by a lion, and on the other side by a man holding a wolf's head. And so
that's the Lannister.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying on Nerdist is they're thinking that the wolf is Lannister. I'm sorry, the lion is Lannister, the wolf is Stark hanging, and then the Night King is the one holding with the dagger holding the wolf's head.
Right.
And I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look good for House Lannister.
No, it does not.
I'm not House Lannister, House Stark. That doesn't look good for House Stark. Yeah. Whew. Oh, and the lion has a fish in its mouth.
Tully.
Yep. So, which
That's
is interesting.
The symbolisms there.
And I was like, oh my God, when Sam was talking to Dany and she tells him about his dad and brother, he was like, I'm going to fall apart. Can I please be excused?
Oh, yeah. Poor Sam.
Poor Sam. But now he's the head of the house.
But which he didn't want.
He didn't want it.
But I loved how the interaction of he and Bran, what are you doing out here? I'm waiting for an old friend.
Which I thought.
You must go and tell him, which I thought was him.
I thought it was him, too. I thought it was like one of those rhetorical questions while I was waiting for you.
Nope.
Nope.
He was waiting for Jaime.
He was waiting for that gold-handed man himself. And we were at the end at the same time when they both looked at each other, and then it goes to black. The husband and I are both sitting there going, no!
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little mad with HBO. They promised hour and a half episodes.
Did they? I thought they did.
Because they were only going to do 6, but this I'm a little disappointed in, because 10 minutes of it was recap.
Yeah. That was only an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a little disappointing.
But one of our big mysteries, glad to see he's still kicking. Tormund is alive. Everybody, rest assured, Tormund is alive. And if you haven't looked at his Instagram, Kierford, however you say his name, missing Tormund Giantsbane, contact missing person or contact number. Big blonde woman.
Big blonde woman.
The big blonde woman.
Oh my God! Yes, he's alive. He's alive. He's alive.
Dodrick is alive. Dolores Ed is alive. They're all alive. Thank God. The Black Watch.
I love they come around the corner. He's got blue eyes. I've always had blue eyes.
Like, oh yeah.
That's some good stuff. Good stuff.
Good things.
Definitely good things. I love Arya's response to the dragons when they fly over. She's kind of like, oh, and then she has that smile, like, yeah. And then they fly over Sansa, and Sansa's like, holy crap.
The best, what you're seeing in Winterfell is you are seeing the best of the best.
Yep.
Those that have outlasted and survived. They're all there in Winterfell right now.
Yes.
Okay? The ones that are going to go, no, we're going to band together and really do things. Some of the best parts of the show for me, Theon rescuing Yara.
That was pretty good. He was pretty badass.
It was a good, there was not a lot said. It was good interaction.
And she punched him just right, or she headbutted him. You know, and then, sorry, adjusting my foot.
And then he got knocked on the floor and looked up like, okay, I deserve that.
Yeah, I kind of deserve that. So, and then she's like, come on, I'll help you up. And he's like, okay, I'm going. And then, but what I love at the end is because of the conversation that he had with Jon about you are a Stark and a Greyjoy.
A Greyjoy.
That and it's really interesting because what he had done in the North when he had forgiven people of their father's sins and blah blah blah, and he was, you know, you kind of see that softy side of him, but then when he comes down, he's talking to Theon, and he's just like, if it wasn't for what you did for my sister, I'd be killing you right now.
Right, exactly.
But you know, and so he kind of, you know, how we joked last season about balls as a state of mind. Because as dude kicked him in the nuts, he was like, I'm fighting back. Well, he did. He really seriously fought back. And he rescued his sister. And then when they were sailing, and she's like, we need to go get the castle ready so they have someplace to fall back to if they need to. That's how I'll support them, which I thought was really cool.
I think it was a smart play.
But then when she turned around and lovingly looked at him as a sister, not as a queen, she's like, you want to go help Jon? And he's like, yeah, I do. She's like, see ya.
By the way, the premiere of Game of Thrones Season 8 shattered all their previous ratings.
It was insane. And okay, how about that dragon staring at Jon?
Don't touch my mama.
I love that.
The big black dragon.
The big black and red animal just staring at him.
Touch my mama, I'ma kill you. But now the green one is Viserion.
Yeah.
I can't think of the dragon's name. Viserion is like his buddy now because they've bonded.
Well, yeah, they have bonded, and I'm really curious about what's going to happen when the ice dragon comes, because things are going to kind of be a little bit weird.
Yeah, weird is not the statement to make there. It's going to be very, very, very strange with the with how it's going to play out. But we'll see. We'll see. I think I think this season is going to shape up to be the best season ever. I'm thoroughly enjoying the first episode, and I'm going, damn it, we gotta wait till Sunday.
I know. That was one of the reasons why we were so angry when at the end, after he was sitting there looking at it, I'm like, oh my God. And then they did the teaser for next week, and it's like, oh, all bets are off. Jamie's here.
The trial of Jamie.
Jamie's here, and he just told us that the truth is out about what's going on with Cersei. And and there's heads are gonna roll and catch fire and stuff.
We'll see. Not to move on from our little things here from Game of Thrones. This is our Game of Thrones episode, but today something tragic has happened.
Oh God, yes.
We'll touch on this a little bit here. Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. I just hate it. Go ahead, talk about it.
I was fortunate enough to visit Paris as a young man. What is going on? It's a complete fluke accident. But to see that much history just go literally up in smoke,
literally,
is tragic. And we wish the best for the people of Paris, and hopefully, God, please, hopefully, let's get the fire out.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France, has caught fire, and they're having a very hard time controlling the flames. It's getting inside is the heat. Yeah,
that's the problem right now, because it is steel, stone, and everything else, and it's almost like an oven inside the cathedral. Because they can't fight the fire inside, they're risking their lives.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Let me see if they've got anything. They were doing $6.8 million worth of renovations.
Right, and what they think is the chemicals that were being used to strip the stone and clean the stone might have caught in fire somehow.
Now they were able to save.
Might have caught fire somehow.
They were able to save some of the art and treasures that were in there that we know of, but we still don't know a whole lot because nobody can get really close. The last thing I saw on the video of it, they had a ladder truck with a hose, and they were going down through the roof from where the roof had caved in. The steeple has caved in. The roof has caved in.
The spires have caved in.
Yeah,
they're trying. I think they're trying to get helicopters in to drop water in, but it's just the heat of the blaze. They're worried that the helicopters coming in are going to spread the fire more with the wind. Right,
and because the roof was wood, glass, and shingle, the walls are stone, which is why it's creating this oven of heat.
The oven effect, yeah.
And it's an 850-year-old iconic Gothic building.
Yeah, the construction was like 1100 AD.
Yeah, I mean, just Napoleon Bonaparte had resided there during he ruled from there. I mean, just heartbreaking. You
have to think it has survived the French Revolution. It survived World War II, Nazi occupation. I mean, it has survived many things.
And then on top of that, you look at how much it survived and what it stands for devout Catholics and, artisans and creators and I mean, I went when I was a kid to Paris. I don't remember Notre Dame. I was too young.
Right.
But it's still, anybody who's had any kind of art education loves that building. That's one of the architectures, because I love certain architectures, and that's one of the ones that I really am attracted to. But it's heartbreaking. And then when you think about it, even though it survived all these amazing catastrophic time periods, like the wars and things, it took an oops to set the entire thing up. I mean, could you just imagine? It didn't, all the battling and all the gunfire and all the cannon fodder and everything that's gone on around it And while they're trying to restore it, while they're trying to maintain it, something happened inside and it goes up like a like a candle.
Right, exactly.
It's just sad. And I'm glad, thankfully, nobody's been hurt. As far as we know, there's no injuries and there's no fatalities. But it's still and it's culturally devastating.
Exactly.
And it sucks. It absolutely sucks.
Well, best wishes. Well, I shouldn't say best wishes, but
best of luck.
We'll do the norm right now. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, I don't want to be so cliche as that, but seriously,
cliche. But
that's all we can do. I can't. It's not like I can get my car and run down there and help. I wish I could.
Right, exactly.
But I can't. And people are just standing around watching it because really, there's not much you can do.
Exactly. That's all that can be done.
Just stay safe and do what you can.
Well, that's all I got, Rachel. I don't know if you got any more.
There's really not much to tell. I mean, we've got something amazing to share with you guys, something horrible to share with you guys, and hey, that's a podcast. We're not gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and post this, but we're not gonna do anything this weekend because it's Easter weekend. So
weekend.
It'll be Monday night before we get something in. So it'll be Tuesday next week that we probably have an episode up. So keep your eyes peeled, and yeah.
Happy Easter, happy Passover. Look for chocolate rabbits.
And you guys stay safe out there.
That's a podcast.
It's a minisode.
It's a minisode.
Yes. Here's your minisode. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DUH. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.duhwebsite.com. That's D.U.H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.